This is my little watering routine. It's really simple. I'm not high maintenance at all. Hey everyone. So today I wanted to talk about my watering routine. It's always changing, but I thought I would at least maybe hit the highlights and say what I'm currently doing. So yeah, I'll just jump into it. So what I normally do is I just use an empty gallon jug because this is what my cats like to drink. So I have these all the time for them. And so I fill it with tap water. And if I'm feeling really fancy, I will go ahead and put a couple of drops of this full spectrum complete, which is it takes out the ammonia and the nitrite and nitrate in the tap water. And I just have this little dropper just to shake it up really good. Stinks really bad. I hate this stuff, honestly. I normally skip this step if I'm being completely honest. It's just like 1, 2. But what I do though, whenever I normally don't do this step, is I just fill it and then I just leave the cap off for about 24 hours. And that's supposed to let the chlorine and stuff evaporate. That's normally just what I do because I just have these kind of sitting around in the corners or somewhere and I just have the caps off. So that's the first step. If you want to just use the water right away and you want to make sure there's not anything in it, then yeah, this definitely is something you should grab. Then normally it just depends on what I'm doing. So if it's kind of just all the plants look pretty good and healthy and it's just a maintenance, I am putting a quarter of a teaspoon of this SuperThrive Foliage Pro in every gallon of water. Pretty much, yeah, every time. Unless I'm maybe on an off week or two that I'm just going to go ahead and just flush stuff with at the sink, or I'm just going to come and just water with just straight tap water because I like to keep my plants on their toes. I will, like I said, do a quarter teaspoon of this pretty much every time. If I'm mixing water together, this is going in. Maybe if I've noticed maybe a pest, I have been using this SNS 209. It's a systemic pest control, and it's just rosemary, I think oil is the main ingredient or the only ingredient. And I will put a half a tablespoon into a gallon of water. Whenever I saw my first, I think it was a spider mite. It was this little teeny tiny red dots one day, and I thought, oh gosh. So I panicked. And so then I hurried up and I did some research and I ordered this. And it was on my alocasias that were in semi-hydro in the pond. So you can also use this semi-hydro. So that's really nice too. After one treatment of this in the water, they were gone. So I cannot, this is a must. I need to order another bottle, but a must, I promise. You will love it. So this goes in practically every watering also because I just like to keep things at bay. But then I just heard recently that you are not supposed to just use the same one over and over again. So I thought, well, before this the pest starts to maybe be resistant to this, because I've been using this for at least a year and a half. So knock on wood, so far so good. But I thought, you know what? Let me try other things to just keep the pest on their toes. I did try out Arber whenever I had like a pretty bad thrips outbreak a year and a half ago. I did try this for the really resistant. Like I had what was that? It was my Ansonii. I could not shake the thrips on that. So finally I did some research and I found this Arber, and I believe I put a tablespoon into a gallon, but that and neem oil spray finally was what eradicated the thrips. And the plant came back perfectly fine, thriving. And but yeah, so I do mix this into my water if I'm not using SNS 209. I'll go back and forth here and there just lately. And so far that seems to be working. And then I just grabbed a bottle of the Captain Jack's Dead Bug Brew, which I've never used before. I've heard really good things about it, but I've heard that pests will become resistant to that. So I thought, well, as long as I'm maybe just mixing between 3, 4 different things, that maybe I can work out a system here that they will, the pests won't, know what to expect. I believe that's all of my pest treatments. Yeah. So then if I'm feeling really, really fancy, then I will throw in some soil conditioner. So this is called fish shit. You can put this in every watering, no matter what's in the water. This is totally different. It's not a fertilizer. It just helps the roots take up the nutrients that you're putting in your water. And it doesn't smell either, which is really nice. Like the fish emulsion, that stuff stinks. So this doesn't, I don't ever smell it. So people have said it smells, but I don't smell anything. Yeah, so definitely if you're not using fish shit, definitely give it a try because my plants are doing really well since I've been using it. And then also if I'm on a kick where I'm wanting to give the plants a little extra, I do have this Bushdoctor Kelp Me, Kelp You. So it's a seaweed plant food. So I will go ahead and throw a tiny bit of this in. It says 1 to 2 teaspoons per gallon. So I believe I've just even been doing a half a teaspoon just to see what happens. But I will throw that in sometimes too. So I use this sometimes. And then other times I will only use like a Cal Mag just to, again, like as a macronutrient. I will go ahead and just throw this in instead of the other things. I will sometimes just throw a tiny bit of Castile soap into the water, or I'll put it in a spray bottle with some water and dilute it and use that as a foliar spray. Sometimes I'll even just do a little drop or two in the water just to, like I said, just to keep mixing it up and, pun intended, always just be trying new things and just and like I said, then there'll be other weeks I'll just use straight tap water, no water conditioner, nothing, just flush it all out. And I'm not gonna lie, that's usually what I do because I'm a little lazy. And especially because this, whenever you have as many plants as I have, doing a few gallons of this at a, like at a time gets, and then watering all these plants, it gets a little tedious. So I have one of those big 5 gallon jugs, but I like to use different things on different plants. So I feel like the 5 gallon I wouldn't use all in one watering. So I still haven't gone that route yet. Hopefully I don't have enough plants ever to go that route. So then what I'll do is I will, whatever I've mixed up that day, I will just put it in my little watering cans and I will walk around and water. Yeah, so that's what goes in the water. And I also like to use like these little jars like the wee yogurt, and so I use these like as catch pots for my little tiny Hoyas. And but even it's just nice just to have your little dedicated measuring spoons to, measure all the stuff out, and like little dropper, and it's just nice to keep everything contained. This is my I guess my other line of defense is the foliar sprays. And these are safe for the environment, safe for your pet, your kids, won't harm the bees. Urban Gardener. I bought a 3-pack 2 years ago. I started buying this. I love it, love it, love it. So they make a big, like a refill bottle now that you can order, and then you can just refill these little bottles. So that's really nice. So there's the Super Growth Elixir that you can spray on your Hoya, your Anthurium. I think pretty much any plant, any house plant, you can spray this on. I think even the velvety ones. The only thing I will say is I'm very careful around new Anthurium leaves. I get a little nervous about that. So I will kind of avoid a new emergent. The Super Growth Elixir, it does have like a neem oil and a Castile soap in it. So you can use it as a little bit of pest management, but it's mostly going to be preventative because if you have an outbreak, I'm sure you need to get to the source in the soil more than worrying about, using something like this, because you could just a lot cheaper just mix in some Castile soap in your water or neem oil in your water and really go to town spraying. I wouldn't waste this on that. So, and I will drop some of this in the water once in a great while if I think of it. I will maybe just do a few drops in it, but most of the time I'm just spraying this. They have the Leaf Radiance I've used on my fiddle leaf fig tree. Then they have the Say No to Bugs, and I don't know what happened to this bottle. So I have used this a lot, especially whenever I have had pests. I will go to town spraying with this. If I'm also putting stuff in the water too, of course. I like to just spray this around once in a while, just if I don't even, maybe I don't even see anything, but I just want to let the pests know. This is my little watering routine. It's really simple. Like this is a lot. This is a lot of stuff. If you enjoyed this, please let me know in the comments. And also if there's anything here that you have tried you like, or anything that isn't here that you love that I should know about, please let me know, because I'm always wanting to know about other products. I'm not high maintenance at all. I will have the affiliate links in the bottom. Everything's on Amazon except for the Urban Gardener. My name's Ashley, and thank you so much for watching, and I look forward to seeing you soon. I have to go to the bathroom. Just kidding. I'm just kidding. Okay. Okay. So, hello. I don't know what to say. Like, hey.